Hello friends, this is Narendra Sharma on the platform of IQCIVILS IAS Academy. Uh, these are the government projects, isn't it? And IQCIVILS IAS Academy is participating in such projects. Admission process is going on for 23 batches, 2023 batches, and these are the Google reviews. Through such reviews, you can get the information about this academy that is this academy is best in Guwahati, isn't it? So you can take admissions because batches are going on and the dates of new batches, what I can tell you, they are 27th of September, isn't it? The dates of new batches are starting on 27th of September. Now the new date is 11th October and then 26th of October. So these are the new dates for new batches, isn't it? So if you want to inquire about such programs of civil services, you can contact on such numbers, isn't it? These numbers are for inquiries, isn't it? These are the YouTube channel link, and offline and online batches are starting. I mean, these dates are older. I have told you about the new dates, isn't it? Which are uh, 11th October now and 26th of October. So keep in mind that these dates can be important for your career, isn't it? Well, today we are going to discuss the topic that is soil of Assam, isn't it? Soil of Assam. So you can see these areas of Assam. I mean, this is a map of Assam, and in this map, through this map, we can discuss the soils, isn't it? So as far as soils are concerned, there are divided into four types of soil. The first is in Assam. The first type of soil is alluvial soil, isn't it? Alluvial soil. Second type of soil is Piedmont soil. Piedmont soil means those soils which are found just at the foothills of mountains, isn't it? Third type of soil. So third type of soil is hill soils, which are found over the hilly regions of Assam. And fourth is lateritic soil. So now you should know that there are four types of soil in Assam. Let's see one by one, isn't it? As far as alluvial soil is concerned, alluvial means the soil which are brought by the rivers, isn't it? The soils which are brought by the rivers to the plains of Assam. So that is alluvial soil. And here they are extensively distributed. This is Brahmaputra River. If I am showing you from such pointers, isn't it? Or if ball arrow, yeah, I am putting arrow. Oh, sorry. These are basically what you can see. This is the river. I mean, this is Brahmaputra River, and just uh, Brahmaputra River, and both the sides of Brahmaputra River, you can see the yellow color alluvial soil. So such soils are, I mean, here such soils are extensively distributed over the Brahmaputra and Barak plain, isn't it? This is your Barak River, and this is Brahmaputra. So if you want to see the alluvial soil in Assam, this Brahmaputra River region and Barak River plain, this green area is the Barak River plain in Assam. The remaining area lies in here. You can see in Meghalaya, isn't it? But this green region, which is limited for what? Alluvial soil. So alluvial soil are extensively distributed over which river? Brahmaputra and Barak, isn't it? So both these rivers, I mean in the valley of Brahmaputra and Barak, these soils are very fertile. Alluvial soils are very fertile because they are coming from the mountains, isn't it? And they are deposited in the valley or in the plain by the Brahmaputra River and Barak River, as I have told you. The soil of alluvial soil of Assam can be divided into two types again: the younger alluvium or older alluvium. Okay, so these are the micro differences. Younger alluvium are found in the North Blank and South Blank plains, okay, including the active flood plains of the Brahmaputra and Barak River. So flood plains means, suppose if the river is coming like this, then this area just immediate to the river is known as Khadar, isn't it? So this area is Khadar, and what you can see, alluvial soils are also found in north south bank of Brahmaputra River, isn't it? As well as from Barak River. So alluvial soil are found in such areas which are known as Khadar zone. Okay. Soil, alluvial soil is basically the color of alluvial soil is deep to very deep gray. Mind it, deep to very deep gray. These informations can be highly useful for your APSC exam also, isn't it? And it is mostly composed of, alluvial soil is mostly composed of what? Sandy to silty texture. Sandy to silty texture, minded, isn't it? And it is slightly acidic in nature. If you're talking about alluvial soil, it is slightly acidic in nature, isn't it? And the soil is deficient in what? The alluvial soil is deficient in phosphoric acid, mind it. Phosphoric acid, nitrogen, and humus. So alluvial soil of Assam is devoid of such minerals, isn't it? And where they are found, the alluvial soil of Assam are found in the regions. If you see the regions, they are found in, these are the dates of batches which you can see here. I am again showing you the date of batches of IQCIVILS IAS Academy. I mean, when the batches are going to start, the coming upcoming dates are 11th October and 26th of October, isn't it? The older alluvial soils occur in some of the patches of Kokrajhar, isn't it? Kokrajhar area of Assam, Barpeta, okay, Barpeta, Nalbari, Minded, Kamrup, okay, Kamrup, Darang, Sonitpur, okay, Lakhimpur, and Dhemji districts. So these districts of Assams are having what kind of soil? Alluvial soils, which we are discussing right now. Okay, in the South Bank district of Valley, in the South Bank district of Valley, there is a plain covering Nagaon district, isn't it? Nagaon district. Here you can also find in Nagaon district, you can find alluvial soils, isn't it? And the Barak plain. If you're going to the Barak plain, obviously, I am showing you the Barak plain here. This river is Barak River, and in the Barak plain of Assam, this green patches are the area of Barak plain. So they have some elongated patches of old alluvium, isn't it? Old alluvium, and these old alluvium soils confined between new alluvial soils of the active floodplain and the hill soils of bordering Mijo, isn't it? So they are the Mijo area, hills of Mijo area, isn't it? And what we can say, these are the alluvial soils. These green patches are the alluvial soils brought by the Barak rivers in Assam. Okay, so this is the floodplain. So generally, the older alluvial soil is very deep. I mean, the color of older alluvial soil is very deep, isn't it? Older alluvium. So older alluvials are found along the Barak River, and newer alluviums are found along the Brahmaputra River. Mind it. Okay, so color is very deep brownish. Older alluvium. I'm talking about older alluvium, deep brownish to yellowish brownish. Okay, deep brownish to yellowish brownish. Okay, with texture of fine loams to coarser loams. Texture of the soil of older alluvium is fine loam to coarser loam. Coarser loam means that is the bigger structure of the sands. Okay, and slightly to moderately acidic. Mind it. Older alluvium is slightly to moderately acidic. Okay, so here we were talking about alluvial soil, isn't it? And alluvial soil, again I am showing you in the map, they are distributed in the areas of Brahmaputra, and this is the Brahmaputra river, and this is Barak river, isn't it? So Brahmaputra river is having older alluvium and newer alluvium, and Barak river is having older alluvium. And I've told you what is the difference between older alluvium and Barak alluvium. Older alluvium and newer alluvium. And you need to remember the names of the areas where you can find what? The soils, such soils, alluvial soils. So next is Piedmont soil, isn't it? Next soil is Piedmont. Here you can see Piedmont soil. What is the Piedmont soil? Piedmont soil means the soils which are, uh, I'm erasing all these things so that we can discuss about Piedmont soil. Piedmont means, suppose this is the mountain or the hill, and the soils are depositing just at the foothills of the mountains. They are known as Piedmont soil, isn't it? At the foothills. So Piedmont soils, they are concentrated in the northern narrow zone along the Piedmont zone of Himalayan foothills. Okay, so this is basically Piedmont soils are found in such regions because you can see the hills are locating here in the regions of Arunachal Pradesh, and just below the hills you are having such kind of soil which are known as Piedmont soil. So Piedmont soils are found in this region, just at the foothills of Himalayas of Arunachal Pradesh. And this is a narrow zone between the Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. Okay, this is your Piedmont, Piedmont soil, and this is alluvial soil, and here again alluvial soil in the valley of Barak River. Okay, so Piedmont soil are concentrated in the narrow zone. You can see this narrow zone here. This is the narrow zone where Piedmont soil has concentrated. So Piedmont soils are concentrated in the narrow zone where along the foothills of Himalaya. Foothills of Himalaya. Okay. Now these soil comprises what? The Bhabar and Tarai. Bhabar and Tarai. What are Bhabar soil? See, when the rivers are coming from the top of the mountains, okay, and the rivers are coming from the top of the mountains, they are bringing the bigger, coarser material or the sediments which are coming at the foothills by the rivers, or rivers which are making erosion in the mountains. They are bringing the sediments towards the foothills, and they are known as, this region is known as Bhabhar. So Bhabhar is basically the sediments which are immediately deposited at the foothills of the Himalaya, and they are the bigger and the coarser sands, isn't it, or the soil. And just after Bhabhar, these are the areas which consist of Tarai, isn't it? It is known as Tarai. Tarai is having, Tarai is not very coarser because when rivers comes from here to here, obviously during course of the river, the bigger materials are converted into smaller. So the size of the Tarai soil is smaller than Bhabar, isn't it? So Bhabar soil and Tarai soil, as you can see here, Bhabar is the bigger coarser material, Tarai is somewhat finer. So Piedmont soil consists of both. Here Piedmont soil consists of both Bhabar and Tarai. Okay, or Bhabar and Tarai are deposited in the Brahmaputra Valley, belt of Brahmaputra Valley in the northern part. As I have shown you in the diagram, you can again see this area. This area is basically zone of Bhabar and Tarai, isn't it? And this blue line is the Brahmaputra river in Assam. So here, what we can say that Bhabar soils occurs in narrow belt of Bhabar soil occurs in narrow belt of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, isn't it? Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, extending east, extending east up to Subansiri. So extending east up to Subansiri. I mean, this is extending up to Subansiri. This is, isn't it, in the eastern part? So in Bhabbar soil, you can find uh, unassorted detritus of boulders, pebbles, and cobbles. Boulders, pebbles, and cobbles. They are the part of Bhabar soil. Bhabar are bigger soils and bigger sandy soils are known as boulders, pebbles and cobbles. ये पत्थर होते हैं बड़े बड़े है ना इनका साइज बहुत बड़ा बड़ा होता है जिनको क्या कहते हैं बाउल्डर्स पेबल्स एंड कॉबल्स so even sand and silts are also associated with bhabar soil but in a little amount isn't it the soil is bhabar soil is very deep and deep color and fine to the core I mean texture is fine to clay loamy okay texture is fine to clay loamy okay so this is about bhabbar the next soil after bhabbar is tarai you can see here just next to bhabbar height is lesser height of the tarai region is lesser because the soil is comparatively finer isn't it so tarai soil is occurring mind it tarai soil is occurring south of bhabbar इधर भब्बर है उसके नीचे क्या है तराई है साउथ ऑफ भब्बर माइंड इट and its soils, the Bhabbar soil extend up to Dihang River, isn't it? Dihang River to Subansiri in the east, Dihang in the west to Subansiri in the east, isn't it? Just like Tarai soil is also distributed in such way. Tarai soil is found south of Bhabbar, and I have told you in the same way it is also extending up to Dihang River, isn't it? Bhabbar is a continuous range. Tarai is a discontinuous, isn't it? It is found in the form of patches. And Tarai is soil is the texture of Tarai soil is sandy to silty. It is, I mean, the texture is somewhat finer than the Bhabbar, where the texture is boulders, pebbles, and cobbles. Okay, so sandy to silty loam, basically sandy to silty loam and they remain saturated with water. Tarai region is always saturated with water. Okay. And it support tall grasses. Tarai region supports tall grasses, isn't it? In a series of swamps. In a series of swamps. Okay. Next is hill soils. Okay, so hill soils, they are found in the Assam Meghalaya border, the Karbi Anglong Plateau, southern part, isn't it? So hill soils, you can see here, uh, southern hilly terrains. Like this is the area where you can have uh, Assam Meghalaya border, isn't it? This is the hilly region of Assam Meghalaya border, and here this is the Karbi Ablong, isn't it? Karbi Plateau. This is known as Karbi Plateau. This red one, and this is the hilly regions of Assam and Meghalaya border, isn't it? Here. So this region consists of hilly soil. इस जगह में जो भी soil मिलेगा, that will be known as hilly soil. So let's see about the hilly soil. Again, you can see the dates of the upcoming batches. I'm erasing all these things so that I can explain you about the hill soils. So hill soils are generally found in the southern hilly terrains. The southern hilly terrains which you have seen in the map, isn't it? Or fertility of these soils differs greatly in different regions, isn't it? Hill soils are basically rich in nitrogen and humus. Okay, mind it. Such soils are rich in nitrogen and humus, or nitrogen and organic matters as well. On the basis of physical texture and chemical composition, such hill soils may be divided into, isn't it? Such cells are, I mean, they are divided into red sandy soil, red sandy soil, and red loamy soil. Okay, the red sandy soils are distributed along the narrow belt along the Assam Meghalaya border and Karbi Ablong part, isn't it? Shown you red sandy soil in the Assam Meghalaya border, the hilly part of Assam Meghalaya border, that is south of Brahmaputra, and Karbi Aglom, Karbi Plateau. Okay, तो यहाँ पर क्या मिलेगा? You can find red sandy soil. Southern part of Barail Range and North Kachar Hill district, isn't it? इधर भी थोड़ा बहुत मिलता है. Soil is very deep and well drained. Soil is very deep and well drained. पानी बहुत आसानी से यहाँ से निकल जाता है. Well drained and brownish to yellowish in color. Brownish to yellowish in color, isn't it? Strongly to moderately acidic. Strongly to moderately acidic. Which one? Red sandy soil. With high content of organic substance. Okay. Now, next one is, this is red sandy soil. Then red loamy soil. Come to the red loamy soil. Okay. If you see the red loamy soil, there occurs in narrow southern foothills along the Assam border with Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. Isn't it? Now, red loamy soil. इसका किधर है? देखो यहाँ पे मैप में, you can see in the map. So, red loamy soils are found in the narrow southern foothills along the Assam border and Arunachal Pradesh. यहाँ पर क्या था? Piedmont soil. So just above the Piedmont soil, there is a narrow belt of Piedmont soil. Above the Piedmont soil, this narrow belt is known for hilly soil, isn't it? Piedmont is found at the foothills, and here the red loamy soils is also occurring on the narrow southern foothills belt along the Assam border with Arunachal, isn't it? Assam border with Arunachal and Nagaland also. इधर भी मिलता है थोड़ा सा. You can also find some Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. Okay, in this area, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, you can find what kind of soil? Red loam soil, isn't it? So Assam border with Arunachal and Nagaland. So in this area, you can find red loamy soil. Okay, and such soils are very deep, dark grayish brown, dark grayish brown to yellowish red, and fine to coarser loamy. This is the texture of the soil of red loamy soil. They are slightly to moderately acidic. They are slightly to moderately acidic, and they lacks nitrogen, phosphoric acid, humus, and lime. Okay. The last soil is laterite soil. So laterite soils are found in the patches of कार्बी एब्लोंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट. इसमें मिलेगा लेकिन पैचेस में मिलेगा, हर जगह नहीं. लेटराइट सॉइल्स आर ऑलवेज फाउंड इन द पैचेस कार्बी एब्लोंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट, southern border of Golaghat district and northern part of Barak plain. इधर भी कुछ थोड़ा सा मिलेगा. लेटराइट सॉइल, northern part of Barak plain and foothills of Barail range. These areas will have laterite soil. So they are found in patches. The four type of soil. Next one is lateritic soil. They are found entirely over North Kachar Hills, isn't it? Covering some parts of Karbi Plateau. Okay, and few patches are found in Hamaran subdivision of Karbi Anglong. Okay, district. So Hamaran subdivision of Karbi Anglong district. Southern border of Golaghat, southern border of Golaghat district, and northern part of Barak Plain. So these are the areas of Assam where you can find lateritic soil, isn't it? Now, such soils are very dark, isn't it? And texture is very fine with heavy loams, and they lack or deficient in nitrogen, potash, phosphoric acid, and lime. Okay, so this is about the lateritic soil of Assam. So these are the four types of soil, and lateritic soils are basically forming due to leaching process. Much of the rainfall, occurs in this area, and due to such rainfalls, silica and lime goes downward in the lower layer. Silica and lime goes in the lower horizon of the soil. That's why they are lacking nitrogen, potash, phosphoric acid, and lime. Okay, they are very hard soil. Lateritic soil are very hard soil, not suitable for agriculture. So this is all about the soils of Assam. So again, I am telling you at last the dates for the admission, the new dates: 11th October for the new batches and 26th October, isn't it? You can contact on these numbers, isn't it? So in order to get admission, first you inquire, and you can talk about all the queries whatever you are having on these numbers. Okay, so now all the best, and this is all about soil. So this was all about the soils of Assam. Okay.